Hi guys, welcome back to Nixie DIY Crafts. Today we're going to be making these hidden paper clips. First thing I like to do is cut all my material and set up an assembly line with all the materials I'm going to use per paper clip. The artwork I used I purchased on Etsy, and the paper pad I used was this one that I purchased from Hobby Lobby when they had it marked down on clearance. I like purchasing my artwork from Etsy, one, because I'm supporting local artists, and two, they're very inexpensive and you're able to personalize them, like I've done on a couple of these for my teachers. I'm making paper clips for a total of 4 teachers. So first thing I like to do is cut down all my material and just set up a little assembly line so it makes the process very easy to put together. For this video, I will not be providing the measurements of my cardstock or paper because it all depends on how big or small you want to make these paper clips. You can really make these in any shape or size. I'm going to start with the Love paper clip. For this paper clip, I decided to use ribbon. So I'm using 3 different colors of ribbon: green, yellow, and red. This ribbon measures 1/4 inch, and I've cut them down approximately 5 inches long. The first thing you're going to do is group them together, fold them in half, and you're going to tuck that loop through the top portion of your paper clip. You are then going to tuck your thumb through that loop and then pull the tails through that loop and just tug until it's secure and tight. Then give your ribbon a trim. I trim my ribbon at an angle. When I assemble these hidden paper clips, I like to cut thick cardstock to be the base of my paper clip holder. Place your paper clip directly in the center of your cardstock. Add some wet glue along the paper clip and then add hot glue directly on top of the paper clip. Then take your other piece of cardstock, place it on top, and give it a nice press. Be very careful, it does get hot, especially where the paper clip is located. Now here you see I'm just tugging the paper clip and pushing it down into place. With the hot glue, it will secure the paper clip in place and it will not shift around. Then add your artwork to the paper clip. I prefer to use wet glue because it gives you a few seconds to shift the artwork around if you need to, and just give it a nice press. And now you have completed your first paper clip. And this is how it looks inside of a book. So that's our first paper clip. Now let's get started on our second one. For the second one, I decided to go with a rectangle shape again, but I'm decorating it using some circles. So I picked 2 different phrases from the artwork I purchased, and this is the paper that I also purchased on Etsy, and I cut it down. So let's make our base. Again, using thick cardstock, I'm adding the wet glue around the paper clip and then adding the hot glue right on top of the paper clip. And I don't know I mentioned, but I like to assemble my paper clips with the shorter side of the paper clip being the inside portion. Let's decorate, again using some wet glue. The reason why I like to create a base when creating these paper clips is because sometimes the hot glue is just so hot that when you add it directly to the artwork color starts to change and it starts to smear. So that's why I create a base first. Now here I'm attaching my first circle directly to my paper clip, and then I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up my phrase. So I'm adding a couple of dimensionals, or a total of 3, and then I'm placing that right on top of my circle. These dimensionals are stamping up and they're really good quality, but just to be safe, I added glue on top of it as well. And now we've completed our second paper clip. For the next paper clip, I'm using one of the personalized paper clips. I have my base materials and my paper clip, and here I'm just pulling out all of my layers. For this paper clip, I'm using blue cardstock from my paper pad, and then from my Etsy artwork, I used a piece of ruler that I cut down to size. Here I'm making my base again, adding my paper clip, then the glue, Then I add the hot glue directly to the paper clip. Add my top layer and give that a nice press. And then to decorate, again, I'm going to use wet glue. I start by adding my blue cardstock to the top. And this is like a grid paper cardstock. And then at the bottom, I'm going to attach my yellow ruler design paper. So I'm adding glue to my paper clip, and then I attach my ruler. Give that a nice press. I did cut the ruler a little too long, so I just trimmed it. And now to finish decorating, I'm going to use wet glue again. You can also use the dimensionals at this point, but I decided to use the wet glue and attach directly to the paper. And now we're done. We've completed our third paper clip. Now for the third paper clip, I decided to make the shape of a square, again using a personalized design. So for this paper clip, I'm creating a base, again using cardstock. I have my personalized design and then just a piece of green design paper that I cut using the paper pad that I purchased. So I'm repeating the same steps. I add my wet glue, my hot glue on top of the paper clip, and then I add the top base and give that a nice press. To decorate, I'm just using this green design paper that I cut from the paper pad. I attach it right on top using wet glue. And then I attach my artwork to the center of the paper clip and give that a nice press. And now we have completed our fourth and last paper clip. Now the next step is completely optional. I want to add a little bit of shimmer and shine to a couple of my paper clips. So I'm using some glitter glue in the shade of pink, and I'm adding it to the erasers of the pencil. Once you add this glitter glue, you set it aside and let it dry. For this paper clip, I'm using a product called Glossy Accents, and this is like a gel. It's a clear gel, and I'm adding it on top of the red apples to give it a nice shine. It has absolutely no glitter. It's just a clear shine, and it actually dries a little puffy. What's really cool about Glossy Accents, it's self-leveling. So you just add the glue right to your image and then set it aside and it will self-level itself. You do have to give it maybe 30 minutes to completely dry. I wanted to show you one last paperclip DIY. So I'm using one of my leftover bases that I had that measured 2.5 by 2.5, and I rounded the edges. For artwork, I'm actually using one of these images that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. It's a pack of ephemera, and these ephemera pieces are a very thick piece of cardboard. So I'm adding wet glue to my base, and then I would add my image on top. This little image reminded me of one of my daughter's teachers. She has super curly hair, so I thought it would be really cute to include in her bag. And this is how it looks. Super cute. Now to baggage them up, I'm just using one of these party bags. You buy them everywhere. They have them at Michael's, Dollar Tree. I'm using some tissue paper and some ribbon that matches my tissue paper. So I just have one piece of tissue paper and I'm cutting it into 4 pieces, and I'm just adding one piece into each bag. So I'm crinkling it up just to add a pop of color to the bottom of my bag. I would have preferred using some of that Easter shredded paper, but I didn't have any that coordinated with my materials, so I decided to use tissue paper instead. And it's super simple. I'm just tucking it in to the bottom of my bag, and then I'm just throwing all the paper clips inside. Because you're adding personalized paper clips, make sure that the personalized paper clips are displaying up so you're able to quickly identify for which child this little goodie bag goes to. To close the bag, I'm just going to bunch it up at the top, and then I'm going to use some white twine to make a double knot. Then to complete the bag, I'm just going to use this 2-inch ribbon that coordinates with my tissue paper, and I'm just making a single knot, making it super tight, putting it in place, and then trim your edges at an angle cut. Now let's make a simple tag for our gift bag. I'm using a piece of cardstock that measures 2 by 3 that coordinates with my gift, and a leftover piece of my artwork. First thing I'm going to do is make my cardstock into a tag. For that, I'm using my Stampin' Up! Paper punch. If you don't have the specific punch, you can just use your scissors. Cut one side, take the piece that you cut off, lay it on top of the other side, and then trim the other edge. But then you'll also need a circle punch to make the circle punch hole in the center. I prefer using my paper punch, it's just quick and easy. Now to attach my artwork, I'm going to use dimensionals. Try your best to center it. I left about a 1/4 inch on all 3 sides, and now in the back I'm writing my daughter's name. To attach my tag, I'm going to use the white twine that I had originally used to tie the bag, and I'm just making a double knot. Once you make your double knot, try to tuck your tag under the yellow ribbon. If you need to trim the twine, you can, but now your project is complete. Hope you found inspiration with this project. Thanks for watching. Bye.